All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Dive into Real Estate Investing for Newbies podcast. I have a very special guest on the show today, Gary Boomershine. For those of you who don't know Gary has been absolutely crushing it. Very experienced, been in the business for a long time. Um, I would not be doing any justice if I don't let him tell his own story, though, because he has a long um, resume of things he's accomplished and still doing now. So I'm excited about him being on the show. Welcome to the show, Gary.
Cecil, it's awesome. I'm super happy, and I know that we spoke a little bit before, and I'm always humbled when somebody says they've been following me a while, because it's like I think we're all on a journey and we're all learning. And real estate is an amazing vehicle. I think almost everybody I've ever coached or talked to has always got into this business for financial freedom and to have a life. And there's a lot of trap doors and a lot of booby traps. And it's like, if you follow the right people and you follow the right processes and don't try to reinvent the wheel, man, this can be a really, really great business and a great way to sustain family and actually do have a life. And real estate, I mean, product is all around us, right, Cecil?
Right. That's true. You know, I had just me and Gary was just talking just a while ago before we got on the show. Like I actually learned about Gary with Sales Teams Live, and Gary has what direct mail was probably the first person I knew was Gary. He was doing it before a lot of these other direct mail companies actually came out. And I was actually reading, Gary, I didn't know you did like 40 million mail pieces, man. That's a whole
actually
lot of
actually this is kind of funny. So I just pulled the numbers. We've mailed over 90 million pieces of direct mail for real estate investors and agents. There's a whole new category of real estate agents. They're called hybrid agents. These are agents that are buying properties and also taking down listings because they know that that business model, being an agent, is not necessarily super. It's a bit of scarcity. They may not be around because you got Zillow and all these different things. But yeah, 90 million. And then we built a phone team, because the hard part of doing direct mail that most people miss is it's a huge amount of follow-up. You got to talk, and everybody that's fairly new, you got marketing that generates leads, and then you got to talk to people. You cannot, there's nothing that you can almost automate everything. There's push button. Everybody's trying to sell some push button this, right? And take a little fairy dust pill and all your problems are going to be solved, but you have to talk to people. The real estate business is still a relationship business. And so marketing generates leads, and then you take those leads and you got to turn those into cash. And that's by follow-up and interacting. So about maybe 5 years ago, I ventured out and we built a big phone team. And so I think we're at 6 million seller calls. And I'm not just talking cold calling. I'm talking about the leads come in. These are the people that are full-time following up, screening and qualifying and finding out, sifting the good ones from the bad ones. Because there are, you get some leads and you're going to get some people that scream at you and say, take me off the mail, and who are you? And they want to hunt you down. And it's like, you got to separate the good. I call it the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we built a phone team that does that for people.
That's good, man. It sounds like you got it all in one place, like the acquisition, everything, kind of just put it all together. Because that's like you said, that's a lot. But let's rewind, Gary. Let's kind of get a little bit of your background and how you started and to where you kind of now built your way up to that freedom life that you've been wanting for a long time, I guess.
Yeah, well, it came through a lot of mistakes. Tons of mistakes. And I would encourage everybody, this business, it's okay to make mistakes. You just want to buy it right. So my background, I actually grew up in a family real estate and entrepreneurial family. My parents actually had a real estate brokerage. I'm from California, so the California, San Francisco Bay Area. So all of us kids, and the youngest of four, we all got our real estate license. So when everybody else was kind of still like learning how to drive a car, Gary Boomershine got his real estate license, and that's how I paid for college. It was door knocking and cold calling, and we had some rental properties. And back in those days, we were buying them creatively. My dad interest rates were high, so you could buy properties and take over a mortgage, which you can still do today, but you didn't even have to buy with all cash. So we had a bunch of rentals, and I was out there, changing doorknobs and breaking down walls. And so anyway, I didn't love it. I didn't love that part of the business. And so I went and I got a computer engineering degree and decided that Silicon Valley was just starting to pop, the dot-com era. And so I worked for 4 technology startups, and I loved it, except it was like 80, 90-hour weeks. I traveled all over the world, but I never saw the sunshine. I was always inside of a building. And at that point in time, that was for 12 years, I believe. So 1992, I graduated from college, and it wasn't until 2004. My wife and I just celebrated our 27th anniversary, but back then we had a 4-year-old daughter, we had a 2-month-old daughter, and we went cold turkey. Both of us quit our jobs and got into real estate full time.